Star Report. I'm your host, Star. It's Friday evening. Welcome to the show. Okay, you know what it is. You know how we're going to do this, huh? Extra silly, premium black news. Shannon Sharpe, okay? He's still a hot topic in the black diaspora. So here I am to add some fuel to the fire. Let me just say it early. Fuck the algorithm as long as you're, donating to the show, okay? Shannon, right? To my knowledge and based upon my research, ESPN said they will not be firing him, nor will they suspend him for the audio that most of us heard, of some type of smash session with Michelle, whoever Michelle is, Guys, is there a Michelle Steele at ESPN? Can somebody please check on that? I mean, I don't want to accuse her of anything, but to my knowledge, Michelle Steele, ESPN, she's not married. Anyway, Paul Pierce, former NBA great, has responded up on the gram. He was fired by ESPN just for hanging out with some black females a year or two ago. Paul Pierce has said he can bang a woman on Instagram Live, but I can't have sort of clothed women with me while I'm on Instagram Live, question mark, question mark, question mark. Talk about favoritism, shaking my fucking head. Whew. So there's a lot going on. Stephen A. Smith chimed in. I want to get to him later. Man, is he trying to kick his back in? I don't know. I didn't, get the full gist of where he's going, but let me just give you some context to where we are based upon my research, okay? There's a guy named Russell Hollywood Simpson. This is Shannon Sharpe's old stylist. And let me say, back in February on Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco's YouTube show, Nightcap, Shannon Sharpe, in my opinion, humiliated this guy and kicked dirt on him. He stopped working with him, and he referenced that this guy, he never purchased anything for Shannon. It was all his former stylist, Shelly Davis, who he had been working with for 20 years. And it was really, again, in my opinion, discrediting the work that this guy, has been doing. Now, this man, he's not a young guy, Russell Hollywood Simpson. He's close to 45. So this is, seasoned Badussi. Seasoned Badussi. I'm assuming he's a turd burglar, a pole smoker, and usually we say we don't care what your sexuality is. Well, tonight we want to know because I want to ask the question based upon Shannon, again, saying back in February that he no longer works with Hollywood. Did he fire him after parading him around? This is the guy who many of you saw sitting courtside with Shannon Sharpe at the NBA games. This nigga was wearing some $3,500 Fendi boots. He had on some pearls. He had on some LB jackets, and Shannon Sharpe had on an LB jacket as well. Huh? Matching Badussi uniforms. So I feel for this guy. Again, Hollywood. So this guy, Hollywood, right? Former stylist that he kicked to the curb, Shannon Sharpe. Do you think that there's a possibility that he is extorting Shannon Sharpe? Shannon already owned up to the fact that he wasn't hacked. He went live, right? So we heard him telling someone, I'm going to put this dick in you. I'm going to put this dick in you, right? This is my main story this evening. I want to get to the bottom of things. And has Shelly Davis spoken with regards to what's going on? Probably not. Again, that's his old stylist. And pardon me. In my community section, there is a link to a TikTok page where Shannon Sharpe is literally, in my opinion, discrediting this guy. A few other topics I'm going to put on the table here. Alabama generates billions, putting people in prison. That's my showrunner. Hopefully we can have a conversation tonight that will have some meaning to it. More Perfect Union. This is a platform on YouTube. About 10 days ago, they did a video. Alabama is generating billions by trapping people in prison. Now, this is a little bit layered, but I do want to see if some of you have any knowledge about what's going on in Alabama. They have something, convict leasing. I hope I'm saying that right. Convict leasing. And they can, make people work, prisoners. It's called forced labor. Let me just give you a little context. After the Civil War, slavery was abolished. This we know, but the 13th Amendment still allowed forced labor if people were convicted of a crime. So somehow Alabama has turned this into a huge business. And again, based upon my notes, give me a second. Alabama benefits to the point of $450 million annually. $450 million annually. Alabama, by way of, getting people in prison and keeping them in there. If there's anybody who's on, parole and you are monitored, not just with the ankle bracelet, but some type of video. Do they have video now where they can literally see into your home to make sure you're there? I would assume so, but I was kind of, just kind of shocked to see that. All right. So those are my topics this evening. There's another a documentary that I saw a year or two ago called Kids for Cash with regards to Pennsylvania doing something similar, a state that I've lived in for many, many decades. So that's what we're going to start on today. All right. Also, guys, tomorrow, my other YouTube channel goes live, Squirrel Party, if you want to take note to that, all right? Damien, I got your donation early. Thank you for tapping in. Yes, sir, it's Friday night. We're going to be extra silly. I need to know if this young man was getting his cheeks clapped by Unc. And has he responded to what's going on? I'm sure he signed an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, but his IG page is on private, in case you didn't know. Hey, Patrice, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Sir Shah, are you tapping in, Sir Shah? Shannon will be at an LGBTQ ESPN party to make it up. I don't think this is over. I think the fact that he is, owned up to, not being hacked, this opens the door for other things. And again, this guy who I just found out about, well, I just got the details. I've been seeing him, on sidelines with Shannon Sharpe. But why did I assume this was his son or something? I heard an interview with this guy speaking. This nigga's zesty as fuck. Not that that's a bad thing, but and again, Shannon was parading this guy around. All right, let's get to the phones early. It's Friday night. Hey there. Friday evening, we're talking about a few topics. Shannon Sharpe and Alabama generating billions via the prison system. Are you there? Are you up to speed?
Yes, sir. Star, can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you? It's cracking.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm tapping in. Yeah, this is Hades, man. Just tapping in on the Shannon Sharpe thing.
Yeah.
With this, I think you hit the nail on the head. See, I was going to call in the other day about this, but I didn't want to throw it out there.
Okay.
I think he is being extorted. And now that you said the stylist Hollywood, I think that's who's involved. Now, when it comes to extortion, you don't hit somebody for like 10 million out the gate. You get them for small amounts progressively. You got to bleed them dry. So with that, I think he sent Shannon Sharpe in the last 7 days, the last 31 days, he sent them that message like, yo, I got your footage. I can expose you. Go ahead and run me my bag. So he went ahead and dropped,
If I can jump in for a second, sir. If I can jump in for a second. Shannon Sharpe, and again, the video is in my community section, was kicking this guy's back in February. Yeah. So, and I have no knowledge whether he's being extorted by, certainly not by this guy. I'm just putting it out there. But have you ever heard of Kerry Rhodes, former NFL player? He played with the Jets and the Arizona Cardinals.
No, that may be outside my era. No, I'm not familiar.
Kerry Rhodes was caught up in some type of Badussi scandal with this guy, Hollywood. It's deep, sir.
Okay.
It's deep. Yeah. This tea is piping hot tonight,
right.
Sir. Go ahead. You were saying, go ahead.
Okay, well, throwing that in there. If he was kicking his back in February, what I'm thinking again, if it is extortion, he's probably gotten tired of whatever's going on behind the scenes, and he hit him up for that bill. Yo, I need $100K. I need $250K. I need some money. You have to run me something, or this will continue. We can expose you, and that's why I think this footage dropped. In my opinion, I don't think that footage was even real. I don't think that there was any sex going on behind the camera. They got the phone on the floor, looking at the floor, and they just sitting there behind the camera making the noises, simulating that hyperbolic, sex noises. And then they're simulating it so he can come out and be like, oh, I'm not gay. It's Big Unk. I'm getting it in. Big Rames, baby boy. But the fallout is like Paul Pierce. He got fired because there was visual footage. You can see him with the strippers, see him smoking, drinking. With the Shannon Sharpe, ESPN is not doing anything because they know it's not real. He hit them up. Yo, I'm running into a situation. They blackmailing me behind the scenes. I'm about to do this real quick. Run up my YouTube, run up my, my sponsorship, get a quick.
Now, hang on a second.
Hollywood.
Hang on. I can appreciate what you're saying. But now this guy, again, he's not a young guy, the former stylist. Did you see him being paraded around by Shannon Sharpe at NBA games? And I didn't see the interview with Shannon Sharpe and Steve Harvey, but supposedly during that interview, Shannon Sharpe gave this guy a big shout out. Hollywood. He said, "We killing the game, Hollywood," right?
No, I haven't seen Shannon Sharpe like whip him out in public.
The hater misses nothing.
When I see Shannon Sharpe, he's always like alone or walking to or fro somewhere, or he's like on the sidelines. I haven't seen the guy Hollywood with him. But if you're saying he's shouting him out, there's obviously something going on behind the scenes. Okay. A stylist for 20 years. I mean, Shannon Sharpe, he's rich and whatnot, but does he need a stylist? Is he that type of person? You need a stylist?
Sir, you're going very fast. I need you to slow down. The stylist for 20 years is Shelly Davis. He's only been with Hollywood for a couple of years, but he has since got rid of his services. Okay, I thank you for tapping in. Just sit back, relax.
Yes.
Anything else you want to say?
Oh yeah, I'm smoking, man. My bad. I'm high up. I'm good.
Okay,
but
keep smoking, sir. Go ahead and do a couple of bumps or inject yourself and have a good time. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay. Shelly Davis is the stylist that Unk has been using for 20 years. I mean, he damn near slandered this guy, Hollywood. Hollywood did an interview on Shaheed Manning's YouTube channel a decade ago. And they were talking that real Badussy talk. And, this guy seemed like a well-mannered person, supposedly due to the Kerry, the other guy, the former NFL player. Due to that situation, he was getting offers to do reality shows, claimed he didn't want to do it. So maybe he kept his mouth shut and he was able to get back into the limelight. Kerry Rhodes, pardon me. And somehow he hooked up with Shannon Sharpe. Was he serving the boy cunt and Unk got caught up in the bullshit? Hold on a second. We're going there. It's a Friday. Area code 272. Good evening. Two topics on the table. 272.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, what's going on, Star? What's going on? We had talked the other night about Shannon Sharpe. First of all,
I don't remember, sir, but let's start fresh. Unk.
Everything I think about this sounds suspect, and it sounds like he fugazi, and I feel like he leaked everything. He knew what he was doing. First of all, we know that everybody been calling him gay and making jokes, allegedly, but everybody been making jokes that he been a joke, right? Then you had people like DL, people kept calling him out for a lot of stuff he been doing and stuff like that. So the thing was twisted today was you had Cam and them call him out. Then he responded to Cam and them, right? Then he tried to say, oh, I was losing sponsors and all that. But Cam made a point when Cam said what he said. Cam said, okay, you did what you did. you laughed about it. First, you said your stuff got hacked. And then you saying no, it ain't get hacked and everything. But then when you did the show with Shadow Single, you was promoting the pills.
Right.
On your podcast show, Shay, you was promoting your pills. Mm-hmm. So now I'm like, okay, now we all sitting back there now. I don't know if you know the story about Poor Pierce, because Poor Pierce got fired over.
All right, now hang on a second, sir. I've already laid out a few things that you've already referenced here, and salute to Cameron, aka Cam, aka Killer. It's my nigga. So now let's fast forward here. The alleged boy toy. You know who Russell Hollywood Simpson is? This is the guy who was courtside with Shannon Sharpe during multiple NBA games. You know who this guy is? Hollywood?
Yeah. Matter of fact, remember he was at the game. He was at the game when Shannon Sharpe had a run-in with the player from Memphis. When he had a run-in with the guy from
Ja Morant's father, you mean, sir? Ja Morant's father?
Yeah. His father, yeah. My man was at the game with Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah. $3,500 Fendi boots, from what I could see. Some type of LB jackets. And the nigga had on some pearls. Yes?
Yes. Not only that, right? The thing when ESPN put the statement out and they said, you know, they're not going to fire him. TMZ put it out, said they're not going to fire him or nothing like that. First of all, that's when everybody started saying, hold up, what was the difference between what he did and he lied about it and said he got hacked? But then when he went on his platform, he was laughing and giggling.
So I have to jump in for a second. Aren't you the guy who you called in a few times, and I appreciate you calling, and you watch all the Love and Hip Hop, the Housewives shows? You're that guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got the tea. Tell me about these Fendi boots that this nigga was wearing courtside. You're the New York nigga, right?
Yeah. Oh man, it looked goofy on him. Man. Everything about him was looking suspect, man. I was like, come on, Shannon, come on. Why are you wearing that and stuff like that? It was so bad.
No, sir. Slow down. The boots that I'm talking about, the Fendi boots that Hollywood was wearing, $3,500.
No, listen. Holly had some boots on, but Shannon Sharpe had some shit on because your boy Charles Barkley was clowning him at halftime.
Sir, you're going too fast. We're talking about the little alleged turd burglar, Hollywood. Never mind Unc right now. We're trying to dig and get some intel on this guy. Did you see the pearls? Slow down, the pearls.
Yeah, I definitely seen it. But don't forget when he was on Fox FS1, he did shout Hollywood out a couple of times on the show.
Yes.
He can't deny it because it was several times on the show where he shouted him out or stuff like that.
There you go.
So for me, I just think he's full of it. I think a lot of stuff is coming out now, and the reality is, you know, whether ESPN supports him, whatever he did, the problem with ESPN, Disney owned them.
Sir, we've already went down that path. Listen, man, I need some real commentary tonight about this nigga, Hollywood, sir. Do you think that Unc was shaking the little nigga like a salt shaker? Let's just, come on, land your plane.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. I believe it was, and I think it was. He probably shaking him for money right now.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. That nigga's going back over stuff we already covered. Okay. Hold on a second. Hey, Shanice, how are you, Shanice? Thank you so much. Yeah, his IG page is private. Hollywood. It says, can't pull my card. I'm really me, on and off social media, pro athlete, stylist, hashtag NFL, and NBA, yada, yada. There he is. Was Unc clapping the nigga's cheeks? We've got his name now, and we've got a reason for a possible motive. A possible motive for, Shannon Sharpe putting that audio out. And hang on a second. I want to give credit where credit is due one more time. If you're new to the show, folks, I like to acknowledge sources that I've reviewed for my story, for my show, pardon me, who is MVMO channel on YouTube. I say again, MVMO channel. There's a female there. I didn't see an email address where I could contact her, but she did a great breakdown back in February of this, whole situation here with the alleged gay stylist Hollywood. I think Unc might be getting extorted. Thus, the reason why he's now trying to circumvent and prove to us that he's not playing hide the salami. Let's go to area code 314. It's Friday night. Are you there? Are you ready? 314.
Right here, what's going on, Star?
How are you, sir? Where do you want to start?
When it comes to Unc, he got caught up, man. What it is, for one, what straight man uses a gay style? I'm interested in what women think. I'm not interested in what gay people
a lot
think.
of guys use, I've seen use a gay stylist, but he was always parading this guy around at multiple NBA games. There's a difference, and introducing him, as his official stylist, and then kicking his back in. That's what we are. Go ahead.
You're right, because at those NBA games, he always looked real nervous. He had that look on his face like, I know everybody's looking at me, thinking what I'm thinking. And I don't know. It's just really weird. And like you said, he drinks a lot of that Le Portier. I hear that's some good stuff. And, like I said, I think I'm with you. I think some extortion. We always know it's never enough money. So it sounds good right now. But he see Unc generating all this money from all these YouTube videos and everything he got going on. And he's saying, I want a little more. And Unc like, oh, shit. Because I went through the steps earlier on how to go on Instagram Live. I'm 47. I don't really do the Instagram Live like that. Okay. But I went through the steps earlier, and it's pretty hard. It's not like pocket dialing where you accidentally dial somebody's number in your pocket. Right. It's kind of difficult to do it. It's not impossible. Yeah. But you have to really be fidgeting around with your phone and just really, really not paying attention. So I think it's all a big act.
Okay. Well, we've kind of already covered that ground, and we've come to the conclusion that he went live, intentionally. He did admit to it last night, he and Ocho Cinco, or the night before, I forget. But I'm saying he humiliated the alleged boy toy and discredited his work. And I have no proof that he's extorting Shannon Sharpe, but maybe Shannon is quietly paying him, just some hush money. Here you go. Let's play nice. What do you think about that? There's no extortion. Maybe he still has a relationship with him behind the scenes. What do you think?
Oh yeah, they sign those NDAs all the time, and they run out after a while. So hey, I agree with you 100%, bro.
All right. Thank you, man. Have a good night. Thank you. Area code 651. Sit tight. 314. Sit tight. 601. Sit tight. Anybody care about Alabama generating billions of dollars for putting people in prison? I'm really concerned about that. I really am. And I do know that President Biden, was it 2 years ago, he signed a bill stopping states from profiting from the privatized jail system. But there's ways that they were working around this, and it's a big business. Alabama in particular, let me just say this, based upon the small amount of research that I did, they can lock you up for lying to an officer. That it's a misdemeanor. However, once they get you in this system, they can turn that into something else. Yes, a year ago, arrested for lying in Alabama is a crime. Anybody want to chime in? Have you been the victim of, working in the prison system? What happens if you just wake up one day and say, I don't want to go to work? Do you have that option? Area code 651. Good evening. Shannon Sharpe and the alleged boy toy debacle. You up to speed? 651.
Yes, sir.
How are you, man?
Yes, sir. What's good? What's good, Boss Hog? Gino tapping in straight out of St. Paul, Minnesota.
Hey, man, what's going with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm convicted, man. Rest in peace to Sinful the Peel, like he used to say. Yeah, he not suspect no more. He convicted.
That was my nigga.
At this point. At this point, he gotta release the whole video with the broad on the camera for us to verify. You dig?
We want to see Michelle. We want to make sure it's it's really a female. Fuck the audio.
Yeah.
Fuck the audio. Come on.
Yeah. We want to see Michelle. You dig? It ain't gonna be that long. My nigga went on for like 48 seconds. You dig?
Come on. I'm with the bullshit.
Yeah.
The bullshit tonight. Let's go.
Yeah. We just kicking. We kicking Unks back in though, but yeah, we gonna need him to drop that. I mean, that could be some revenue for him as well. Get that OnlyFans popping.
Well, listen. Shannon Sharpe is getting a nice little introduction into these YouTube streets. We hungry down here. Niggas' ribs is touching. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. We need
sitting up on ESPN, eating high up off the hog. We down here fighting with each other. Bring them down a few notches. Show us Michelle, nigga. If you're really sorry, show us Michelle. Go ahead. Come on.
100. I'm with that. Yeah. I want to tap in on that. I seen that video, More Perfect Union too. For that Alabama generating $1 billion.
Yeah.
Off of prisoners. I think that was the whole point of ending slavery, is to get that new system in.
Come on. Come on.
And that's why they're bringing out the migrants now, because the young niggas crashing out, so they ain't really gonna be useful for that system. So they bringing out new people. They're gonna create laws so those people can violate those laws.
Right.
Get that system,
right.
Keep churning out.
Mm-hmm.
People don't be looking at the systems that work here in the U.S. that keep people in cycles, that the people aren't making money, but they're making money for the the small hats and those other people that control us.
Well, listen, this particular reality in Alabama, I've just done a little bit of research here. There could be other states that follow this blueprint. And there's a caveat, again, with the 13th Amendment that, they can use people as forced labor if you've been convicted. So do you know of other states that falsely convict people? In Pennsylvania, they had some, I forget the name of the guy. Oh, Kids for Cash, where they were literally arresting judges for taking money to give juveniles extended jail sentences. This could be a big thing. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know too many other states. I know Arizona was just seizing people's cash. They find you with cash. You say, you got a couple of racks. They seizing that. You black, you Mexican, you don't pass the brown paper bag test. Right. They're gonna seize your stuff and say, okay, we got to check your immigration status. We got to check your, you got your license, everything. And some of them people, they wasn't getting their cash back. So, there's all type of tomfoolery going on out here.
Okay. Final thoughts, sir, on Shannon Sharpe allegedly humiliating the boy toy. Did you see the video in my community section?
Yeah. I seen the video. Shay just gotta, admit he's gotta step out that closet, and I seen the video, the Instagram of the boy toy too, and looking zesty about zesty as it can be.
Well, sir, we want to find out if the alleged boy toy, has been playing hide the salami with Unc. But I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a good.
Okay. Yeah, tonight we want to know. We want to know if Unc has been, ripping this little nigga, ripping the shit out the frame. Hollywood, are you out there, my nigga? Are you okay? This nigga's damn near 45. So you know, in my opinion, what Shannon Sharpe said about him could be damaging to his potential gross earnings. Potential gross earnings. 302, being a little silly tonight. Did you see the video? Do you care about Shannon Sharpe and Hollywood? 302.
Yeah. I heard it. What's up, Star?
How are you, sir?
So, like, you know, remember, hello?
I'm right here, sir. Good. I'm right here.
Can you hear me?
I'm right here, sir. Right here.
Yeah, so if you remember the Ocho Cinco thing, Ocho Cinco was late for work. Shannon was kind of like snapping his finger and twisting his neck at him. His gaze started showing again. You know what I'm saying? So I think he watched that back and was like, "Damn, my gaze showing again." So that's when he dropped the tape, and people not even talk about how he tried to play Ocho Cinco now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a little cover-up thing.
Okay.
And I'm seeing
a diversion. A diversion.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it is. Because, you know, when he was at the game with the Hollywood ball, and players was making fun of him. You know what I'm saying? He was talking trash to him. They was like, "Man, shut up and enjoy your little date." You know what I'm saying? So that's when he flipped out.
Is that what the discrepancy was between Ja Morant's father and Shannon Sharpe when he had on the sweater? Remember that? And Shannon's barking and woofing. Remember that?
Yeah. See, Ja Morant pops just jumped in and trying to de-escalate it. But Shannon Sharpe was so hot because one of the players was like, "Shut up and enjoy your little date," because everybody know how Shannon get down.
Right.
But I think he said it too loud. You know what I'm saying? Shannon had to show off. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that was. You know what I'm saying? And now this little video.
I'll slap the shit out of you and that little bitch nigga with the pearls, and that's what made Unc stand up and say, "Wait a minute,
shut up,
wait a minute, nigga, I'll fuck you up." Okay, so
hey, what's up?
This guy, Hollywood, his IG page is on private since this whole scandal thing kicked up. Yes?
Yeah, he a private dude.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta be if you want to keep getting passed around. You know, you gotta keep them secrets. That's how they move. But there's some people that got interviewed with him. And, you know, he kind of hints at, you know what I'm saying? He did with football players because when he was done with the Boy Rules, interviewer asked him, "So you dating somebody else?" He was like, "Yeah." He said,
Sir, your phone's breaking up. I've already went over Kerry Rhodes, and I referenced the interview that he did, as you just mentioned, 10 years ago with Shaheed Manning. So, okay. Any thoughts with regards to my showrunner, or are you not up to speed? Alabama generating billions, putting people in prison, or no? You don't have to be. I'm just asking.
No, I ain't really up to speed on that. And I know niggas go to jail, but niggas just need to stop going to jail. That's all that is.
Well, sir, niggas go to jail, and niggas gonna keep on going to jail, sir.
Gotta go.
But I thank you for your call. Thank you, man.
I'm saying.
Okay, thank you, sir. Well, niggas go to jail, sir. Just like racism will never go away. Let me go to your PayPal donations. Guys, at the top of the live chat should be a PayPal link. If you do not have Cash App, you want to support the machine, okay? Malmo, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay. Okay. I want to stay on topic. Bussyfied, I got your donation as well. Thank you so much. For those who have been inquiring about my other YouTube channel, Squirrel Party, it returns tomorrow. We're going to go live, providing that it doesn't rain here in Emerald Isle, North Carolina. And let me just say this also, with regards to the squirrels. They have been attempting to get a little closer to me. I don't like that. I want to feed them. We keep our distance. The little one that I call Primo, he jumped on my leg twice, you know, and I'm not really looking for that type of connection. So I just wanted to bring you up to speed on that for those who have been sending emails and donations. Thank you so much. Okay. Chris, I got your donation via Cash App. Thank you for your support. I think that's left-handed right there. Sit tight, left-handed. I'm coming to you next. Hey, Ebony, thank you for tapping in. She says, and a boy popped out. #per. Thank you, Ebony, for your support. This guy has been there for a while. I just learned his name, Hollywood. I'm surprised you guys in the black Twitter section haven't addressed this sooner. I saw Shannon Sharpe again going back to February, and he humiliated this guy. First, he's bigging him up, giving him all sorts of credit, and then he says he never picked out anything for me. He says everything he had clothing-wise, Shelly picked it out for him. So it seems kind of spiteful, if you will. Left-handed, you there, sir, on a Friday night. Good evening, left-handed. 1-2. 1-2.
I'm 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Peace. What's good?
Peace. How are you, man? Got a couple topics on the table this evening.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I want to tap in, man, on the Alabama generating billions of dollars, putting people in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, man, that's kind of thing that's been going on under our nose, in front of our face for years now. How do you think that these private corporations stay afloat, man? You know what I mean? By handing out these crazy tickets for whatever, and people can't pay their way to get out of, their situation. And one thing leads to another, and here you go. The corporations are going to stay paid. You know what I mean? So, the lawsuit, hey, speak up. As you should. You know what I mean? But again, they got a way, way, way crazy head start because this has been going on forever. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it might be going on in Louisiana too.
Let me jump in here. Back in January of 2021, President Biden signed an executive order ending federal contracts with private prison companies. Ending federal contracts with private prison companies. But this new video that I just saw, and many other people as well, on More Perfect Union, came out 10 days ago. Alabama is farming out incarcerated people, and it was a deep dive into how they're making people work. If you don't go to work, then they put you in more severe conditions at the prisons, whichever one there might be. Any family, friends going through anything like that, or is this just news to you?
Nah, it's news. You know what I mean? Again, it's coming to the forefront, and that's a great thing. Talk about it, and see what this action, entails, and see how this thing ends up. But to me, if Biden signed this thing a couple of years ago, how come it's a lawsuit claiming that Alabama made $500 million from prison labor in 2023?
Yeah. It's a bunch of lawsuits.
So it's confusing, but they're doing what they need to do, which is is great for them.
Okay.
They know what they be doing. Bottom line.
Okay. Shannon Sharpe, any thoughts, man, with regards to his now former stylist? I'm just trying to connect some dots here. Shannon Sharpe, as you know, admitted that he was not hacked. He put this audio out. Most of us suspect him, to doing it to maybe slow down and or diffuse the gay talk. I don't know why he's so bothered by the gay talk. It's like when a person tries to keep debunking something, it almost shows some type of guiltiness. What do you think? Yes, no?
I tend to agree with that, because especially how hard he goes about trying to defend.
Your phone's going in and out. Left-handed, your phone is breaking up, sir. Your phone's breaking up.
Hello?
Can you make the adjustments, please?
Me now?
It's breaking up. Keeps going in and out. Are you on a headset? It's going in and out.
Nah, I'm not on the headset.
Okay.
Not on the headset.
Go ahead. You were saying?
Yeah. All right. So I'm just saying, man, how those situations tend to happen. And if he wants to do what he wants to do, then go ahead and do it. For me, it's a play. The play is this: how you get more people into what you're doing. you put something out there that embarrasses yourself. You do the mea culpa. You do the little talking shore. Now he gets to interview himself on Club Shay Shay, talk about how he feels about what went down, and now he becomes more popular than he was in the first place. So the sexual orientation thing notwithstanding, you know what I mean? He could say that all day long, but like my man said earlier, the earlier caller, actions speak louder than words. Yeah. If you out here going through the motions, then hey, if it walk like it, talk like it, then that's what it is.
Well, I think for the most part, we're just having fun. I mean, nothing I'm saying is meant to be malicious. You know, I mean, he's now on YouTube down here with the rest of us. So, you know, we're gonna
absolutely
we're gonna nibble at his carcass or what have you. But okay, so nothing more to it right now. Anything else you want to mention by way of sports? Something that is something on your platform down in sports.
Listen, man. Down in sports, Tuesdays 8:15 to 9:30, something like that. Tua Tagovailoa, man, Miami Dolphins suffered another concussion last night.
The quarterback, for those who don't know, the quarterback.
Yes, sir. The quarterback. Yes, sir. Go ahead. The quarterback from Miami Dolphins suffered another concussion, man. And this is, I just think that he should just give it up. You know, he should just really give it up because this is too many. And the time span, it hasn't been 3 years. I think he's had 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think that they let it go, man. And I don't know what Miami Dolphins are going to do.
When you say give it up, hold on a second. Hold on. What do you mean? You mean
retire?
How old is he?
He's young, man. I don't know exactly how old he is, but he's young. Well, you got to keep his faculties, man. Because
if I can respond, sir, you know. How much more time? Mm-hmm. How much more time is on his contract? You're saying give it up. How much more time is on his contract?
Well, he just got an extension. He just got about $200 more million.
Okay. We're talking about number one, the quarterback on the Dolphins.
Yeah, number one.
Okay.
Miami Dolphins. Okay. Yes, sir.
No, sir. I don't see him give up. I don't give a goddamn about his concussions. They have not won the ring since 1972, right? Right. Okay. Troy Aikman took shots, got concussions. Dan Marino took shots, got concussions. I want this nigga in there, get a ring, or get the fuck out of Dodge. Go ahead and finish up.
Well, that's what he gonna probably do. Get out of Dodge. Yeah. That's what he can probably do. Get out of Dodge.
Okay.
Let me just say one more thing, man. Before I get out of here, man. It's Friday night, man. Hopefully the Friday night freestyle session will come back real soon. And an example to all the other callers of the Star Report, man. This is how you have a conversation without having to pay a fine. Okay. All right, I'm out. Peace,
man. Salute. Peace. Okay. Left-handed tapping in. I don't know that guy's age, but yeah, he's a young guy. Okay, so he got his dome hit again. I'm not trying to hear nobody quitting on the Dolphins. Is it Anisha? I got your donation. Thank you, darling. She says, looking handsome. Thanks for a great show as usual. Thank you, darling. Okay, I appreciate your support. Sit tight on the phones, guys. Hey, Ebony, that's a different Ebony. She said, okay, she's also talking about in a boy. Well, I'm bringing the boy out. The boy has been out there, as you guys know. He's an old boy. He's a 45-year-old boy. So it's not like, you know, he's somebody in their teens. And I'm looking at pictures of him. He's sitting there with some type of pearls and an LB jacket. Guys, how much do those LB jackets cost? Troll Babies, live chat. How much do those jackets cost? He and Shannon Sharpe were wearing matching LB jackets. Rory, where's Rory? Let me get the white boy in here. We're going to turn up tonight, man, huh? I don't see in the queue, Rory. Are you calling in? Where's Rory? In the meantime, I'm going to go to area code 717. Are you there? I have no knowledge, no proof. I'm saying alleged boy toy. Okay, Hollywood. Shannon took shots at him back in February. Are you up to speed? 717.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you pick up the pace? It's Friday. Good evening.
Good evening. How you doing? I'm not going to speak on that man's sexuality. I don't know what that man is doing in the bedroom, and I don't care. What I am going to say is what it seems like to me. What we do know is that this was basically the Instagram live thing was all a phony plot.
No, sir, that's old news now. Tonight, I care. I care if the little nigga's a turd burglar. If you're not trying to go there, thank you, sir. Good night. I'm calling here trying to recap what we spoke about 3 days ago. It's Friday, nigga. I'm on one. Hold on a second. 513. We're beyond whether it was staged or not. We now have the alleged boy toy. That's where we are tonight. You ready? 513. Good evening. Sheesh.
We on tonight, Star. What's up, big boy?
Sir Shy, is that you?
Nah, this is Andre 10,000 from Cincinnati.
Hey, what's up, man? That's that powder, folks. Give him a second.
Yeah, you know,
Let's go,
I want to turn up with you tonight because I like the way you think.
Let's go.
Hey, put that boy back on the field. Get him out there next week.
Yeah.
We need touchdowns. We need yardage. We need a championship.
Yeah.
If that's not what you want, big guy, get the hell out of the league. Other people can make that money. Other people can play.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
There you go.
Hey, but at the end of the day, the boy is like punch drunk. He need to learn how to slide. Just throw the ball.
Okay, so you're talking about the Miami Dolphins quarterback. That's not my focus. So I was entertaining left-handed for a second. I'm going to get to the bullshit. Shannon Sharpe.
Oh, I want to get to
alleged boy toy, sir.
Bullshit too.
Go, yeah. Hollywood. You know who Hollywood is?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you want Shannon Sharpe? Oh, yes. Hey, let me tell you something, Star. As soon as I seen that IG shit, I knew it was a cover-up. One thing the public don't understand that them big muscular guys like that, they like to take it in the ass. Them motherfuckers, man, excuse my language. Hey, them big guys, they don't be getting girls like that. So I think they just like to get treated like a girl. I'm just saying. That's what I heard.
Sir, do you know who Hollywood is?
Oh, his boy toy?
Do you know who Hollywood is, sir? That's a question.
No, I don't know.
Let's get you out of here, Goofy. Doing all that cursing, calling from Ohio out there where they're eating pets. Russell Hollywood Simpson. Folks, go into my community section. Shannon Sharpe is discrediting this man. This is not a young man. So we're talking about somebody who's trying to keep clients. Is a lawsuit in place? If a lawsuit is not in place, then I can only assume Shannon is paying this nigga. It's Friday night, folks. We're not having conversations that go off the rails. Let's stay on topic. White boy Rory, what's cracking, man? Let's get to it.
Yeah, what's good? Yo, what's good, Star?
What's cracking, man?
What's good? Peace, God.
Peace,
God.
Peace, grafted, man. Let's go.
You got a lot of good. You got a lot of goofy black dudes calling in tonight. I don't know. I think you came up with something over there where you said, "Inject yourself whatever you want." That should be the slogan for 2024. You know what I'm saying? That's the best slogan. That's the best slogan next to "Make America Great Again." You know, you should be on the committee, man. Inject yourself with whatever you want in 2024. That's your life.
Rory, have you heard of Russell Hollywood Simpson, who Shannon Sharpe humiliated, if you ask me? Russell Hollywood Simpson.
Yeah, why he did his man like that? Yeah. Why he did his man like that?
Them dirty.
Come on. I mean, if they had let's say they had what Shannon said, a 20-year working relationship, you know, there should be a bit of respect there. Whether you know.
No. White boy Rory, the 20-year relationship was with somebody else, a female.
Okay, and then he hired this cat.
Yes. The 20-year stylist, Shelly Davis. And
but he never said this dude robbed him or did him wrong or anything like that. He never said that. He just tried to body the guy's work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. So I could understand the hate if the guy robbed you or like messed up your brand or came at you. Like I could understand the hate. Like I haven't seen no video by Hollywood discrediting Shannon Sharpe or going at that's a lovers quarrel, man.
Right.
You know, it don't matter if that's your stylist.
Right.
If you bring them to the game by yourself, like you could Shannon Sharpe got money, right? So if he wanted to buy out 5 seats or 6 seats and have him and his girl, the gay nigga, and a couple other people and a couple other girls with him in the front row, that would have been what it is. But I bet Hollywood put some pressure on him and said, no, you taking me to the game tonight by myself. That's a whole fact. I don't really think it's a big deal, to be honest with you. I mean, if you can't see that Shannon Sharpe, in my opinion, has a full gas tank full of sugar, then I don't know, maybe your eyes ain't open or something. You know, it don't matter to me who Shannon Sharpe is banging. I really don't care. I think that was Fugazi with the girl. You know, if I had some hot white girl named Michelle and I was banging around and I went live or I videotaped it, you know, I might pass that phone to a couple of my friends, like, check this out. I was knocking this hot girl out. You know, and I'll give you a full video of it. I'm not going to give you the audio. Nobody want to hear the audio. Nobody watches porn in the whole world for the audio. So
hang on a second, Rory. I think we're kind of past that whole thing because he already owned up to the fact that he was not hacked. So I'm accusing him. I have no proof, but humiliating this guy. There's a video in my community section. I don't know if you saw that or not, but there may be some type of connection here. Maybe some connection.
Oh, there's definitely some sort of relationship.
Maybe this
there's
guy.
Definitely some sort of relationship.
Maybe this guy can't talk. Maybe Shannon paid him and continues to pay him. Maybe there's a sex tape of Shannon Sharpe in this nigga Hollywood. Come on.
Well, where did the hate come from, Hollywood? You went from being front row at an NBA game with him, you know, rubbing shoulders. They didn't go so far as to put their arm around each other, but they're rubbing shoulders, you know, the whole game and giggling and covering their mouth and giggling, you know, and having little gay conversations with each other, little black gay conversations with each other, and then all of a sudden, now you hate them. You know, now
hang on, slow down. I've seen no hate from Hollywood towards Shannon. He just put his
right, which is weird. Why is the hate only from one side?
Yeah,
that's like a scorned lover. That's like somebody, you know, maybe he left Shannon. How about that? Maybe Shannon Sharpe wasn't wasn't his type. Maybe Shannon Sharpe wasn't performing like he should have, and Hollywood left his punk ass. Okay. Maybe that's what happened. You know, why is everybody so quick to say Shannon Sharpe left him and is trying to get some money, is trying to cover up his gay tracks? Maybe that didn't happen. Right. Maybe the little zesty nigga, Shannon Sharpe wasn't fulfilling his obligations with him. Right. And he left Shannon Sharpe. Yeah. You know? Come on, man. Let's be serious.
The little zesty nigga is almost 45. Maybe he wanted to go public. You know?
It don't matter. If you're 45 years old and you like, you know, knee knocking and giggling at the NBA game with a big old booty bandit like Shannon Sharpe, what the hell is that guy, like 245? You rubbing elbows and giggling and covering your mouth and, you know, sipping on strawberry daiquiris. That you already know what time it is. I mean, what the hell? Okay. Yeah, but yo, Stark, can I touch on the Alabama dude real quick?
Yeah, hold on a second. Sit tight. I want to make sure I'm promoting Spirit. Spirit, how are you, man? YouTube.com/@Spirit Smooth Tunes. Okay. Great music there, guys. Great catalogs. Please check him out. Okay, let's go back to the Alabama showrunner generating billions of dollars, putting people and keeping them in prison. You up to speed, Rory?
Yeah, that's wild. You know, that's totally wild, man. Them Alabama dudes down there are known to be the most zesty and do the most booty bandit stuff in the whole country. They got a whole rape culture going on over there. That's for one. For two, how could anybody, if you already set this to 12, because Alabama is crazy with the years. They give you football years down there. You get life, you get 25 years, you get 135 years. Imagine lying in your cell and and some white funky ass hillbilly with a beer belly comes by and tells you got to get up and work for free, and you get up out of your cell and work for free. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these prison guys, I gotta say this, a lot of these prison guys, they're the softest dudes you ever met in your life. Mentally, they're the softest people you ever met in your life, man. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're going someplace else. Now hang on, Rory. I'm talking
about...
Not
as soft,
hold on. I'm talking about the business of profiting off of these people who have gotten small infractions, and it's been proven that the judges have been taking money to keep them in there. There was a whole documentary out of Pennsylvania that I referenced earlier. So this is not, something that I'm just making up here, but it's a reality, and I'm just wondering if other states have been following behind this model from Alabama. Let's go.
I don't think other states are going for that. A lot of other states won't go for that. You can only profit if the prisoners comply. The only way the state can profit is if the prisoners comply. And if you're giving me 10 cents an hour to get out my cell and go work wherever job, plumbing, whatever, it don't matter. I'm not doing that, man. I'll get my money on the yard.
Hang on a second, Rory. Kids for cash.
Dude, my life is over.
Rory, listen. Kids, turn down the echo in the background, man. We always go through this. Fix the goddamn headset. Kids for cash. A documentary about Pennsylvania. So other states, I'm not sure how many, are doing similar things. This is a reality, man. Go ahead.
Well, those prisoners in the other states are all fake booty gangsters too. All of them prisoners in the other states, if they go for that, they fake gangsters too. None of that, nothing about that is gangster. And if you're letting somebody oppress you,
why are you going there? Why are you
use
going
you
there?
as slave labor?
Why are you going there?
No, you hear all these stories on YouTube, and you hear all these stories about. I read Sun Tzu, and I read about Fred Hampton, and I read about the Black Panthers and all. And meanwhile, you let some hillbilly get you up out of your cell so that you could work you could go work for 10 cents an hour. You's a sucker, man.
Okay.
You's a whole sucker. If you held any weight, you would tell the whole prison, nobody's working. Anybody goes to work, you get your throat slit.
Okay.
Until we get some fair, some fair wage or some fair changes around. In Ireland, in Ireland, they don't work in the prisons. If you put them in prison, they don't work in the prisons. They don't do that. Only one CEO could come and talk to one guy in the wing. That's it. There's no abusing prisoners, talking to all the prisoners. You talk to the representative from the wing, and that's it. If you got an issue with him, then you got an issue with the whole cell block, and it's like 50 of us in the cell block and one CEO.
Gotcha.
So we'll see what time it is.
Okay.
So it's a whole mentality. It's a different. A lot of prisoners are soft, man. Okay. Real soft.
Good to talk to you. Anything else are you watching the fight tomorrow? Canelo versus the undefeated Puerto Rican who has been down on the canvas. You watch that tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that fight. I'm definitely gonna watch that fight.
I might stream live.
We'll see what happens. Canelo ducking some smoke, man. Canelo's ducking smoke. But we'll see. That kid's a good fighter. So he's young, and I think he should give him a good fight. But anytime it's Mayweather or Canelo, you always got to be ready for the fix.
Okay.
You always got to be ready for the fix.
All right. Great to talk to you, Roy. We'll catch up this weekend.
All right, Star.
Salute. Okay. White boy roaring. It's Friday night. He's sipping. Guys, Time to Alkaline. It's my new water sponsor. See that? And I'm going to be doing a full court press next week with regards to this water, which I have been drinking. They sent me 3 cases, and they say just try it for a week or so, and then we'll talk about some type of custom marketing and so on and so forth. Time to Alkaline. That's the name of it. Okay. Ariel, I got your donation. Okay. Yeah, Ariel, at the top of the live chat is the PayPal link because the Cash App, I had to call them again today. It's working. The Cash App is working, but I had to switch my account over to a business account. Some of you have, I'm sure you've had to do that as well. They've changed their terms of service. So they've been slowing things down. All right. But thank you for your donation, Ariel. Okay. Guys, sit tight on the phones. I want to make sure I'm promoting another one of my new sponsors. It's Friday night, and we're talking about Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe. And I'm not exactly sure about his relationship now with Hollywood, the stylist, but I thought that he really bashed this guy, man. I mean, if he apologized and anybody saw that video, please send me that, okay? Let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 209. It's Friday night. Are you there?
Yeah.
209.
I got a good flavor.
Okay, somebody hung up. Wait a minute. I think I know this number. 203. You're calling from Connecticut. Yes, no, maybe. 203.
Yo, what up?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
What's going on, man?
Yeah. Shannon Sharpe.
Hey,
man.
so first, what's up?
Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah, first of all, Shannon Sharpe gay as hell. He gay as hell, but he ain't smashing that dude. Whatever his name is, a little
Hollywood.
What's his name?
Hollywood. And we don't care if Shannon Sharpe is gay. So let's not say that from a place of malice. If he is, we don't care. But I mean, you know,
but
hang on. He's down here.
If you are, come out with it.
He's down here in these YouTube streets. He wants to be referred to as Unc, an older person, right? An elder. So I'm just looking for some transparency, as he says.
He was using him. He was using him to get in with the Alphabet Mafia and, you know, get a bag from that. So he's not smashing him, but he's definitely gay as hell, though.
Well, that's your opinion, but do you have any knowledge on this guy? If not, in my community section, there's a video up there of Shannon Sharpe and his feelings. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds like you're grooving. You all right? Sounds like you're grooving.
Yeah, I'm grooving. Definitely grooving.
As you should be. As long as you're home, don't drive. You driving?
No, I'm home.
Don't drive.
Hell no.
Don't drive. Yeah.
But another thing too with Tua, y'all talking about him earlier.
Nah. I don't want to talk about the Miami Dolphins quarterback. I don't care about the Dolphins until if they get to the playoffs. They ain't won since 1972. No fuck about no Dolphins, man.
NFL gonna make them quit.
Yeah.
NFL gonna make them quit.
I appreciate the call, man. Thank you. Yeah, folks, we're not talking about the Dolphins quarterback. That was something left-handed put on the table. Any updates on the goofy Tyreek Hill? What a clown. I saw something where he said one of the officers pinched him. Would you have rather have been shot or tased, you bozo? Father of 5, 30 years of age. What a goofy Tyreek Hill. Sit tight on the phones. I want to take my time here. 406, you're coming up next. Sit tight, 406. Hey, Dana, thank you so much. Dana with the data sent me a couple of links today about, again, the alleged boy toy. I have no proof, no knowledge. Hollywood. An old interview where he claimed that Kerry Rhodes, former New York Jet and former Arizona Cardinal, where Kerry Rhodes was parading him around, hugging him, and there's a picture where they were in a swimming pool together. But that was 10 years ago, and he says he was 33 or 34 then. So this guy's in his mid to mid 40s, pardon me, at this point in time. Just wanted to point that out, okay? Abigail, wow, long time. Haven't heard from you in a while. How are you doing? Okay. Thank you for your support. Okay, she says, I haven't been in a while. Okay, you've been enjoying married life. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, 312 dropped out, but here we have 406. Good evening. Shannon Sharpe. We have the speed on the topics.
Oh, yes, of course.
06.
Yes, so nice to speak with you. Have you been following Lipstick Alley, a popular gossip website, as regards the Shannon Sharpe Hollywood Simpson?
No, but can you bring us up to speed? I'm very well aware of Lipstick Alley, but what's going on? What's new there?
Oh, well, I mean, if you're familiar. I mean, it's the same old gossip. You know, you got pictures of them courtside. You got the falling out.
Yeah.
And the allegations that, you know, they're not going to be together anymore. But, I mean, all of that seems sort of secondary. It seems like you're kind of done talking about the take now. So we're just talking about who his potential partners may be.
Well, they supposedly or allegedly broke up in February. The tape is now old. Pardon me, the audio on Instagram, that's old news. I'm speculating. I'm trying to connect the dots here on why the tape may have come. Let me stop saying tape. I'm trying to speculate as to why we got the IG Live. What was the motive behind it? And this guy, again, Hollywood, he was right there with Shannon Sharpe through multiple NBA games. I'm surprised more people haven't done content on him. Hollywood.
Oh, well, no. Apparently he gets passed around a bit among the down low members of the NFL. And so I guess
we don't know that for certain, sir. Let's not try to, call him something by way of a slut. Don't do that. We have no proof. I don't know you. Slow down.
Well, no, it certainly wouldn't be a shameful thing to be, but it seems, according to this thread dated March, Lipstick Alley, that he's at least been, run through by the Jets as well.
Can I ask how old are you, sir? I'm in no rush. How old are you?
Oh, well, that's hardly here nor there.
No, actually, it is. It's important to what you're saying. You sound like an older gentleman. Why do you go to Lipstick Alley? Do you want your fill of the tea?
Oh, yes, I'm here for it, as you might say.
Okay. Give us your age, sir.
And
you don't have to hide it.
And you look at the gentleman, and he's clearly not what you might call a top.
I wouldn't know, sir. But again, can you give us your age? You're calling people names. You're making, somewhat character assassinations. I want to have a conversation. I'm in no rush. But how old are you?
Well, I don't see what my age has to do with it. So that's it.
Okay. Well, listen, Andrew, you take care, right? Bye now.
Take care.
Okay. That was Andrew, guys. Well, we got your number. And if Russell Hollywood Simpson wants to file any type of legal grievance, I will be more than happy to hand over Andrew's information. Houston, where are you? Call in, Houston. Let's go, nigga. Hold on a second. Friday night, goddamn. Call in now. Guys, on the screen, I've got another brand new sponsor. Okay, youtube.com / Shiva Groove. This is a California punk rock band. Okay, they come out of the Antelope Valley area down in Southern California, okay? And they're on tour right now. I've got some tour dates. But I want you to listen to the music, if you would, and give me some feedback. They're going to get on the line here with me next week. They're on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Everything is at Shivia Groove, okay? I like some of the music. I'm not going to say who I think they're influenced by, but they put together a really nice email for me with all sorts of influences of theirs, and I just, I wanted to put that out there, okay? Hang on a second. Is this the person who called in earlier? 615, good evening. Friday night. Are you up to speed on the topics? 615.
Nah, I'm not the person that called in earlier.
Okay.
I'm calling in basically like to talk more about what you're talking about with Alabama.
Yeah.
I'm from Tennessee.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So a lot of stuff with the Bible Belt, like the Bible Belt and the Commonwealth state, like they have a thing in common, like when it comes to locking up people and mass incarceration and producing profit from it. You know what I mean? Like the main thing is CCA.
CCA?
CCA is
what's that?
CCA.
Go ahead.
If you look that up, it's a big private corporation that owns prison.
Okay.
And what they do is a lot of CCAs, they have contracts with the state. I know you're a very bright man, and you probably have heard about this with states getting sued by private prisons,
right,
because they don't incarcerate enough people a year.
Right.
It's all mass production, it's all about money. Here in Tennessee, like they do it a lot. They do it a lot here. So it's not surprising to hear about Alabama. Anything that's Bible Belt and Commonwealth state, that's what's going on.
Okay.
You get caught up you get caught up in the wrong county, the wrong city, anything like that, you're going down, and they gonna put it on you. Like even in Tennessee now, like a lot of things had been popping off, the switches, armed robberies, aggravated robberies, murder, stuff like that. So what they did in Tennessee now, instead of giving you a percentage, they took the percentage away. So you got to bring it to the door, 100%. 100%.
Okay.
Robberies, aggravated robberies here used to be 8 years at 30%. Now you got to do the whole 8 years, So, and I'm gonna tell you one thing about Tennessee. Tennessee leads the charge in the South, and I'm gonna say, and the reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of things that the politicians do here after they get passed, that's when other states start doing it.
Okay.
Like Louisiana, with them taking away their good time. Tennessee been and did that. Tennessee did that like 2-3 years ago. With Tennessee becoming an open carry state, Texas adopted it. So a lot of these other states like pay attention to Pacific states, and they just follow their lead. And it's all mass incarceration, but it's more about the profit. CCA. If you look into it more, I promise you.
Well, hang on a second. Stay with me. Stay with me. I appreciate this, Cole. So I'm basing this showrunner topic and question on More Perfect Union on YouTube. They put out this video. I'll go back. Roughly 10 days ago, Alabama is generating billions by trapping people in prison. And you're right with regards to, what'd you say, CCA?
CCA.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure if they're one of the companies, but back in 2021, according to Vice News, President Biden signed an executive order ending federal contracts with private prison companies. Pardon me. So you're right, and I mean, it's kind of sad to hear. I don't want to be one of the people who says, "Oh, it's regular, it's regular." It's kind of sad because that plan, and that's a plan. It's not, me making things up. And as you're saying here, you have knowledge about this. If that's what is on the table, then we should expect more people in other states to be incarcerated for these petty crimes and the intent to keep them in jail so that they can make them work. That's scary as hell. Also, in Alabama, correct me if I'm wrong, they take 40% of the inmates' net pay. 40%. And that's not including some of the other things that they may need, some of the things, I don't know, some of the things to just live in the prison, you know, the accessories and stuff like that. 40%. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, it sounds absolutely right. I mean, you know, some people, when they get into certain situations, I mean, they have to file indigent.
Okay.
You know, and when you file indigent, that's basically saying that you have nothing, you have no resources coming in.
Okay.
So you know, you get that Bob Barker.
Okay.
You get that Bob Barker. Anybody out there like that in the South, you know, that that's been through that, they know about Bob Barker.
Okay.
You know, that's it's like the basic essentials that you get. Like when you're in a place like it.
Okay.
You know, so when you file indigent, I mean, nothing is free.
Right.
You know, nothing is free. They're going to get that back some type of way. They're going to get it back some type of way. And to piggyback off what you're saying about Biden, I just want to say this about Biden. What Biden is doing and has been doing, he's piggybacking on all the wrong that he has done, you know, the devil that he has been.
Right.
So he's piggybacking, you know, the Black Supreme Court, you know, the first Black woman to be a Supreme Court and, you know, all this stuff. Yeah. So what he's been doing is piggybacking. He's been trying to stay in, you know, to get reelected because he's been doing a piss poor job. Okay. So he's been trying to correct his wrong, but it's been failing though. You know, karma. I know you might not believe in karma. Long time.
Well, no, sir. No, sir. Karma is real. Karma is the concept of action. I don't believe in the mystical sense, but karma is the concept of action, and that can be a real thing. But now, hold on a second. Let's go back. CCA, is that CoreCivic.com? CoreCivic?
Yes.
Okay.
Corporate, yes.
Well, it says
yes. And
CCA. I'm sorry, CORE civic.com. D just sent me that. CoreCivic.com.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
CCA is a monster. CCA is a monster. And I advise anybody, any old head, any young nigga, you know what I mean, anybody, if you got a CCA in your state, in your city, in your town, be aware. Because they plan on put you there, and they gonna work you.
Yeah,
they gonna work you like a dog. Yeah. They gonna work you like a dog. You want to buck the system, you're gonna go through severe consequences. They're gonna strip you, take your phone calls, visitations. They gonna do you, and yeah, and they gonna make you feel proud to make them 20 cents an hour, 40 cents an hour. They gonna make you feel proud. They're going to make you feel proud. That's why so many people, well, I can't say so many people, but like when you go to certain places like the feds, that's why a lot of people, they go to federal prison, they come out on a SHIT. Yeah. They come out on it because they've been broken.
Have you yourself served time?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Did you do a stretch or a skid bid? Sound like you have a lot of knowledge.
No. I've actually, I did a stretch. Altogether, I did 10. Okay. I did an 8-year, and then I went back for 2 on a violation. But I've done a lot of like petty time also, like juvenile and stuff like that. You know, so I've had my experience, but I'm very aware of what's going on. I'm proud of who I am right now. You know, came a long way, doing real good. Well,
hey, I appreciate you tapping in, but I think that, and hopefully there are more people are spreading this information because there seems to be an effort, a real effort to get, let's be real, young black people into the prison industrial complex and to keep them there. There's a real effort now, more than ever before, especially with the migrants coming in, you know. If you ask me, convict leasing is what they call it. Convict leasing. Go ahead, finish up.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know, and as long as, you know, the propaganda is in lead, drill music and no role models and, you know, all this, it's definitely gonna go. I call it a farm.
Yeah. Don't forget to blame black single mothers. You guys taught me that. Black single mothers. You gotta blame them as well.
Yeah. I call it a farm, you know. I call it a farm.
It
and
is.
As long as you want to keep playing this game,
it's farming.
They gonna pay you pennies on the dollar, and they're gonna keep making millions.
I gotta take other calls, sir. Thank you for the call. Thank you.
Thank you, Star.
Yes, sir. Okay. That man is absolutely right. More Perfect Union on YouTube. Alabama is farming out incarcerated people to work at hundreds of companies, including McDonald's and Wendy's. The state takes 40% of wages and often denies parole to keep people as cheap labor. What a country we are becoming, huh? Bringing in the migrants, giving them money to purchase homes, but the intention is to get young black people into the penitentiaries so that they can become cheap labor. Bone Don't Work, I got your donation. Are you tapping in, sir? Bone Don't Work, I got your email with regards to one of your family members, okay? If you want to call and let me know. He says Latinos for Trump, okay? Hold on. 910, sit tight, you're up next. 910, just give me a second. Guys, at the top of the live chat is the PayPal Streamlabs information. Thank you for your support. If I've missed any donations, just send me an email and say, Star, I sent it a donation and you overlooked it, okay? Deeds, I got your email. Thank you so much. Where is Houston? Where is Houston? Houston wants to talk crazy. Well, let me bring in area code 910 first. Are you there? We're talking about two topics. 910. Yes, no,
yes, maybe. I'm here, Star.
Hey.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, baby. How are you?
Yes. I'm doing well. Sorry, you're looking very handsome tonight.
Oh, thank you so much.
Just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
Yes, I want to comment on the Shannon Sharpe, the Shay IG live accident, which is no accident.
Yeah.
You know.
The alternate bussy dimension scandal. Alternate bussy dimension. Go ahead.
Yes, I like that. He gives me, he's that special uncle at the cookout that has that roommate with the 1-bedroom luxury apartment, you know. Right. They've been living together for years, you know, he's just in the closet, you know, that's what it gives, you know. I mean, you know, I'm not really a fan of Shannon Sharpe, you know, because I've never, I don't know, his commentary. Even he said Cat Williams called him today and said, "You're not gay today, nigga." You know,
that was 2 days ago. That was he said that 2 days ago. The hater misses nothing.
Yeah. Come on. So I think that was Cat letting him know, look, I see you. You know, right. I mean, we all get it's a plot. You know, I don't know if it's a plot to take the sting out of the next. You know, maybe a lawsuit that's coming. Maybe, you know, who knows?
Well, stay with me, and even if he is that uncle, you know, we don't care.
We don't care. We love him still. He's our favorite uncle, actually. He's a rich uncle, but, you know, it still gives those type of secretive vibe, which is, you know, his lifestyle. But, you know, I don't like the whole plot. You know, that just sounded so fake.
But now, right. But hang on a second. Hollywood. You know about this guy? He's not a young guy. He's serving a face out there. He appears to be a butcher.
It was like his stylist. Yeah.
Yeah. He's out.
We all seen him on the court side with him, you know.
Right.
On the deck with
a Butch Queen stunt. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that was his best friend. Okay, so you're with me now. So you know, I mean, hey, you know, but I just don't like the stunt, and that's an old stunt queen move. You know, let me just leak the audio. You know, take out take the sting away from the next rumor that's going to come out. Maybe a lawsuit coming out. We were lovers for years. You know, I want my pay. You know how it goes, Star. You've been in the industry.
Well, hang on. No. See, I'm not putting the blame or the scandal in the lap of Hollywood. Hollywood learned. If you ask me, he played his position because he went through that thing with the former Jets player. So Hollywood, I'm not saying that Hollywood is being messy. He played his position. Shannon was parading him around courtside. He was wearing $3,500 Fendi boots, pearls, some type of LB jackets, however much they cost.
Yeah.
Shannon was introducing him as her stylist. Something happened. Then the next thing you know, Shannon's making videos talking about, he never did nothing. Everything, all the clothing I had, Shelly actually already purchased it. Totally discrediting the guy. Take it from there. Come on.
Yeah, I mean that's what you call it in a divorce, a settlement. I think that it won't make it, to courts. I think it'll just be a settlement.
That's slander.
I mean, I'm sorry, but that's how I see it. It just seems like it's a relationship that went awry. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
They disagreed on a lot of things. Mainly, he's probably tired of being in the closet. Look, he want to be showed off too. Why not? They do it all the time.
Okay.
I mean, it can happen. I mean, like I said, that whole thing was just so scripted. It just, what's coming next?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that to distract us from what's really going to come out? What maybe a video, or who knows?
I hope to God we see some video. I mean, hang on. I hope to God we see some footage of Hollywood and Shannon Sharpe arguing and just throwing shit in the house or wherever they live. Shannon lives in Atlanta, right? Throwing shit wherever they live in Buckhead, Vining, some goddamn where. Throwing shit, and we see the little zesty nigga crying and breaking down. I want to see something like that. I want to see this shit go all the way left. Go ahead.
I mean, if the money's right, he might do it. I mean, he was offered OnlyFans, for a meager amount. If the money's right, who knows? Yeah. He might come out and be the ally for the community. No, he has a big platform. ESPN was not getting rid of him because he generates that income for them.
Yeah.
So,
I think
he's protected.
I think Paul Pierce may have a lawsuit. No?
Well, no, that was in the contract, wasn't it? You can't besmirch the company, or you just can't, do anything to, damage the reputation of the company. Isn't that like a morals clause or something?
It's called moral turpitude. But here's the thing: it wasn't intentional. If you ask me, what Paul Pierce was doing, it wasn't like him trying to exploit the women who were dressed. He could, in my opinion, sue ESPN, claiming that he was dismissed for cause, because they call it cause, a wrongful termination, and then demand to see Shannon Sharpe's contract. I mean, he could do that, but he was doing a show with Skip Bayless, so maybe he's past it. Paul Pierce, go ahead.
Right. I just think Shannon's protected. He's a cash cow right now. He's the favorite. I mean, everyone loves him. He's getting what is he? He's going to get a podcast award soon, next year or whatever.
I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Baby,
so,
baby,
they love him right now.
How much do those LB jackets cost that he and Hollywood were wearing? Matching LB jackets. Let me Google this. Go ahead and talk.
I mean, they could be in upwards of 10,000. You never know.
Ooh.
I mean, he has a very flashy stylist that's really going to, they know about those things. That's their lane. So of course he was very high end. I mean, but the Shannon Sharpe, he said he made the most money in his career from the Cat Williams, interview.
Right.
So he's paid.
All right.
Like I said, he's enjoying this. Have you ever seen him with a woman though? Answer that question.
Well, I mean, what does that really mean? Because that
means a lot, though.
Hang on. A lot of athletes, entertainers, everybody doesn't show their wives, their girlfriends. I mean, there's girls on my IG page that I've hung out with and I've had, relations with, and they don't mind being shown. But I don't necessarily choose to show the women that I date now because there's too much trolling in it. It'll just be.
Nobody got a picture in a restaurant. No one, this is Shannon Sharpe. So he's a big deal,
Okay.
No one saw him. He's in the airport alone, with a stylist,
right.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
I'm sure they'll come out now. I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure that Michelle will mysteriously appear now.
I appreciate the call, darling. Have a great night.
Good night, sir.
Thank you. Okay. There's Houston. Houston, sit tight. I see you. Houston, hang on. Be right there. Be right there. Gemstar tapping in. Thank you for your support. 3 separate stints in jail totaling 20 years. It sounds like that caller is on vacation from jail. Big Aki says he kept saying Alonzo. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to mention that guy's name. Yeah. Thank you, Big Aki. He also says Hollywood looks like a sassy Birdman. Okay. John Morant should have slapped the sprinkles off of them. Ben and Jerry, flamingo niggas. Shay, shaking my head. Fuck out of here. Okay. Hold on. Let's pick up the pace here. God damn it. It's Friday night. Florida Boy Jay. And Deeds, I got your text message. Thank you so much. Florida Boy Jay, sit tight. Houston was popping, man. Friday night, I'm with the bullshit. Are you there, sir? Houston. 012?
Yo.
012?
Yo, my nigga, what's popping?
My nigga was cracking, man. Shannon Sharpe, man. He violated this nigga, if you ask me, man, Hollywood. Kicked dirt on the nigga's name.
Man.
Come on.
What he saying Ocho in that video? I know I'd be high, but I heard him saying Ocho. Like, why is he calling this nigga name out if he knocking down the woman?
Well, he was talking to Ocho, but the video's in my community section where he's talking about this guy didn't do nothing in terms of styling him. It was all somebody else, and he was getting credit for it.
But I'm saying, like, I don't know if he was knocking down a nigga and then goddamn it had a woman sitting there next to him making the noises while he knocking him down and he just didn't have it in there. And then he so often, why would you be screaming out another nigga name while you knocking a bitch or a woman down? Like,
well, Houston, I'm kind of past that audio now. I'm trying to connect the dots here. Are you up to speed on this guy, Hollywood? You have speed on him?
Oh, that's the stylist that was sitting beside court with him all the time, everywhere with him.
Former stylist. He fired the nigga back in February. Former stylist.
What, they got a divorce or some shit? What? That dude was with him for a long time, and he was always taking pictures of his ass and shit. And when he working out, like, it was weird. Like, you saw that.
Houston, listen to me. It's Friday night. I don't give a fuck about that algorithm. This might be a throwaway show. Do you think Hollywood was bouncing around in Prada slides and a cock ring, and there's some type of video footage somewhere, and that's why Unc is doing all this extra shit to convince us that he's heterosexual? Let's go there, my nigga. Let's go there, Houston.
Man, that nigga know they got sex tapes, man. I'm talking about it's probably some other shit. Diddy probably be smiling at this shit. That nigga Hollywood probably got some shit on Shay that make Diddy smile, nigga. Hollywood bounce around that motherfucker like a baby mama and shit. Like, I'm gonna take you to court, nigga.
Right.
This nigga that nigga Hollywood probably got some shit on this nigga, and he was like, damn, I didn't even know I was doing that with his dumb ass. And then the nigga, imagine that nigga was probably a bottom too. Ain't no telling, dog. These niggas wild, dog. That nigga, dog, this nigga named this shit Shay. That's suspect off the top.
Yeah.
This big brolic back, broke back mountain buck broken country nigga. That's one of them niggas they had on the slave ship, goddamn it, knocking them down in front of a woman and his kid, letting them know. That type of nigga, and then only reason why he still got his job, because some of them niggas probably got down with him Man, fuck that nigga. Hollywood got something on it. That's his bottom bitch. That's what I think.
Okay.
That's just what I think. Hollywood was his bottom bitch. Ain't no way you gonna have a nigga sitting up there like that, goddamn invested in a motherfucker. Ain't no bitch around, you know what I'm talking about? At least have a bitch besides you. A bitch they got there in the industry that ran through or something. This nigga got a nigga sitting up there finely dressed. Just like that damn motherfucking Diddy was doing his bitches. Niggas and women. I'm like, nigga, please. I don't give a damn what kind of sex tape this nigga got.
Okay, so Houston, let's finish up here. Let's finish up here. Do you think that with all the dust that's now being kicked up, and people starting to be educated on this guy Hollywood, do you think he's going to come out and do some talking? Because again, if you ask me, Shannon slandered the guy's credibility, his work ethic, and his IG page is on private. Can you finish up there, please?
Well, I think the nigga just doing clean up work. He's confirming what we already think. We don't know it exactly, but damn it, goddamn it, where there's smoke, there's fire, goddamn it. This motherfucker is scorching right now. I don't give a damn what that nigga say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That's just my thought. Okay. And I can't wait till Hollywood start talking, because he gonna talk unless they get him up out of here.
He's gonna have to talk.
That's what I think about. Yeah, all right, man. Thank you for having me on the show.
Good to talk to you. Thank you, Houston. Okay. All right. Florida Boy Jay, sit tight. You're up next. FBJ. I'll be right there. Sit tight. Sit tight. Guys, check out another one of my sponsors on the showrunner screen there. YouTube.com/@93ZAY-TV. 93ZAY-TV. Do you have new content? Send us an email, please. And guys, also in the community section is a banner for Stacy Galore, who is hiring. If you want to reach out to Stacy, Stacy's a supporter of this machine here. We want to drive some traffic over to Stacy's platform. Okay. Okay, Maurice, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in, sir. Of course, we're going to get you on the screen tonight. Absolutely. Thank you. Hudson Tubbs. Okay. Florida Boy Jay, is that you, sir? Friday night, we're going there. FBJ.
Yo, real niggas in the building, man.
Yes,
we got to tap in. It seems like we are once again venturing to the left into the alternate Bussy universe on Friday night.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to, I watched the video of Shannon Sharpe, and one thing I've noticed about this old country ass nigga is that he sure knows how to tell on himself with trying to over-explain. Remember, I don't know if I was one of the first ones who told you that, or had the speculation that the video was staged, or this was some type of stunt. You know what I'm saying? With all the with all the things you have to do to go live on IG, it's like, come on, my nigga, like, we're not stupid. And then he released a whole a shirt line with the saying and the stuff on it. Like, and the lady that came out, her name is Michelle. But for the fact that he released Michelle 69 clothing this fast, tied to the event, lets me know that this, to me, was a publicity stunt to beat the gay rumors. I still feel like he should lose his job. I feel like I was very homophobic of him.
You did say that.
I also watched. Very homophobic of him to do such things. You know what I'm saying? To use the gay community in negative light to exhaust him. You know what I'm saying? Beat his own allegations. Don't use the community to beat your allegations, my nigga. Step out with a woman, get a baddie, and beat allegations that way. Don't, you know what I'm saying? But getting back on the video that I watched. So basically, Shelly pre-styled the clothes, put the outfits together, already bought the LV jacket.
Right.
So what was you around here parading around this gay nigga for?
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't see you take like any young niggas, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to be on some like Big Brother, Little Brother programs. I didn't see you hanging out with like, any, big wigs. I seen a picture of him in his cognac launch opening, and he got Mendices there, and he got a little Hollywood with a little Dior outfit. He holding that nigga like that's his old lady.
Yeah. I saw that picture. Yeah.
For somebody to do so little work they're getting a lot of shine time. And I seen the pictures of Lil Hollywood and Kerry Rose back in the day when Media Takeout broke out that story. And them niggas, like the two happiest gay niggas I've ever seen in my life. They were, they were taking, ussies and in the bed with their shirts off, on FaceTime and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, old niggas. I don't think that, especially an old school nigga like Shannon Sharpe and somebody of y'all generation, y'all are probably, I won't even say homophobic, y'all are just old school. Y'all not gonna get caught hanging out with no gay niggas unless it's like your son, your nephew, a family member. Y'all just ain't gonna be running around here.
Let me jump in right there. Let me jump in. I'm older than Shannon Sharpe. You know this already. And again, we don't care if that's his preference, but he's the one that talks about all that transparency stuff. So the fact that he's on YouTube, and I guess he doesn't really fully understand how we get down on YouTube. But people, we're looking for the bullshit. He's food right now, and it seems to bother him. So that's why we're putting our foots on the gas. But this guy, again, Hollywood, he's been rather quiet since his whole thing popped up. Do you think he's being paid? Do you think that part of his dismissal from Shannon Sharpe as his stylist, there's a not just an NDA, but some type of non-compete clause? Because a lot of times in the world of radio and television, you can sign a contract and then there's a non-compete clause for a year. Think that's possible? Plausible?
Absolutely plausible. And I'm going to even take it a step further. And I think Hollywood might be in the number one ranking as far as, football wives. You know what I'm saying? You got your basketball wives. I think this nigga is the Michael Jordan football wives. Because if we got to keep it a buck, when you go to these certain situations, you go to these certain places, especially with affluence and money, the circle gets smaller. So if Kerry Rose had a bad experience with this guy Hollywood back in 2013, his whole stylist career to pro athletes should have been banned and shunned from that day forward. You know what I'm saying? So for the fact that somebody as prominent as Shannon Sharpe has reintroduced him to the limelight, brought him on courtside, and is cleaning up his reputation, yet says that the guy didn't do any work for him, sounds like y'all are passing the bussy down Hawk B like a box of.
I got to jump in for a second. I got to jump in because a big part of me coming to this microphone with these topics is I have to do research so that I'm not just saying any old goddamn thing. To this guy's credit, Russell Hollywood Simpson, he's not the one who exposed the other former Jets and Cardinals player at first, right? Kerry Rhodes. According to Hollywood, Kerry Rhodes went on TMZ and said he was heterosexual, he was straight, after they kept questioning him about the pictures. So this guy felt pressured to come out Hollywood. It's not like he just went on the attack of Kerry Rhodes, to be precise. Go ahead.
Of course, but even if you didn't, I mean, we seen Chingy around the same time. His whole career got derailed because of a picture that he took with a transsexual that he didn't even know. It was just like a fan picture. So when we want to go back in those days, you couldn't even have those type of allegations, let alone pictures to back it up. No. And because those pictures are out loud and out there, it doesn't matter to me if Hollywood dropped it, confirmed it or not.
Okay.
That reputation alone, heterosexual athletes by far should have been laughed with. I mean, being seen with them. That's like a nigga running around here with Cat Stacks in 2024 talking about, I know what I'm doing. Shit. No, you don't.
Yeah. Wow. Cat Stacks, you took it there. R.I.P. to Q from World Star. How's his girl?
Yeah, man. We've been outside, man.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. What else is going on with you, man? Your platform. Any topics of interest to you? Sports?
Yeah. Hey, salute to everybody who watched my last stream and commented. Salute to everybody. I appreciate that. Up like about 500-600 views.
Okay.
So I appreciate that. Cause I just went live in the hotel room real quick. You had to get my rants off. I might go live again tomorrow. I just got to find some topics that I kind of want to talk about. But at the end of the day, bro, I appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel. And lastly, the Alabama situation. I feel like these food companies who are hiring these people out of these prisons, they should be held to task and pulled to the carpet, because the modern day slavery situation no one entity is complicit in this. This is a bigger scheme. We need to be making way more noise about this, especially in this political sphere. And just thoughts and prayers to all my, melanated people in Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, just in that area that feels like sometimes they're living back in the 1920s, man.
Well, hang on a second, because it's going to have to be an effort to get that 13th Amendment revised, because it does allow, forced labor if you're convicted felon. So
right.
People do have to vote. People do have to get that, reversed or just revised. It's in the Constitution. Yep. Just want to point that out. Good to talk to you, man. Thank you for tapping. Hey, and I sent you an email. Don't say what it is now, but I sent you an email earlier. Take a look at that.
I got you. Say less.
Take a look at that thing, all right?
I got you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, take care. Thank you much. All right.
All right, bet.
Florida Boy Jay tapping in. All right. It's Friday night. We've been a little silly, but we have been discussing this topic that I did want to bring to the table. I think it's very, very important. Also, www.hudsontubs.com, one of my sponsors. Please go there. Ask for Maurice. He can give you a consultation for bathtub reglazing or anything by way of an antique in your home, if you're a homeowner. More so along the lines of stoves, sinks. A lot of those older homes, when people go to remodel or gut things, they see old antiques, especially those bathtubs with the claws, and they're looking to throw them away. This is where Maurice comes in, www.hudsontubs.com. Give him a call. A lot of that stuff is very, very valuable, Just want to say that. Sit tight on the phones, 917, you're up next. William, I got your donation. Thank you for your support. He says, good topics, OG. Yeah, well, listen, man, with regards to the Miami Dolphins' current quarterback, number one, because everybody doesn't know his name, I'm not trying to hear anything from the players of today. The injuries, with all the money that they make. Meanwhile, back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, people were getting a goddamn their blocks knocked off. They were making only a quarter of what they make today. As I've said before, I want to see most athletes on drugs for as much money as they charge for refreshments, beer, parking. I want you juiced up. I want to see no less than 10 home runs per game. I want to see that ball rifled down the goddamn field. Now, I want to see you really get it in. I want more bang for the buck. But thank you for your donation, William. All right. And is it Shanita? Hi, Shanita. Thank you for your donation. Schwick. What area code are you calling in from? I got your donation. Thank you so much. Let me put my email on the screen. You guys should have it. If not, let me get it for you. Where is my advertising banner? Give me a second, folks. It's Friday night. I'm sipping a little wine. I forgot to ask Florida Boy Jay, is he in Las Vegas? Give me a second. Schwick, this is my email address. I appreciate your support, but if you want to call in, as you just said, email me so I'll know where you're calling from. 917, it's Friday night. We're talking two topics. Are you there? 917. Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Hey,
good evening, sir.
How are you, man? Who's this?
This is Swick.
Oh, hey. I just put the information on the screen. Where do you want to start, sir?
No, I just want to thank you today for the subject. I had no idea what was going on in Alabama, and I just Googled it. So I just wanted to send that donation. Thank you for putting me on. I appreciate that. I won't hold your show up, sir.
No. Stay with me. Yeah, I mean, I was somewhat aware, but I never really did the research. I don't really have a reason to. But convict leasing, involuntary servitude by the state, And again, man, after the Civil War, because slavery was abolished, the 13th Amendment, still allowed forced labor. So this is what Alabama and these other states are utilizing, that clause with regards to, putting prisoners to work. But they're, if you ask me, and according to the documentary I saw, they're taking advantage of it. Do you have any family in the penitentiary? He hung up. Okay, well, he just wanted to tap in. Thank you so much. 312, sit tight. You're up next. 312. I'm glad some of you guys are interested in that particular topic. On Fridays we're a little silly, but it's very concerning if you ask me. Forced labor by these states, and when you think about, again, bringing the migrants in and giving them a head start, but yet and still you're catching young black men at, teens, possibly preteens, and you're sticking it to them and making them become cheap labor. That's really crazy. Sure, there you go. 312, good evening. Are you there? Friday night.
What's going on, Style?
Yes,
what's
sir.
up? What's up?
How are you, man?
I had called in last night. I told you it might be some little lady boy in the background or something that he might be hiding.
Well, sir, I don't remember your call. So where do you want to start, sir? Where do you want to start?
But so everybody was saying that it was the ex, Michelle. And then Florida Boy talked about that, but people got confused with the Instagram chick named Michelle. But
sir, please don't call in here snitching on people that it has not been confirmed. If you were listening yesterday, I said I don't want to say her name and cause any issues. If he has not owned up to who that was, please slow down.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad. I had called in like late as hell last night.
Okay. Continue.
But it's very unfortunate for Shannon Sharpe, man. He should have just, if he about that life, just be open with it. I mean, we're in a different age now, so everybody out there. But
well, sir, here's the thing: we're already past all that. If he is, he is. We want to know. We want to know about the nigga now. Hollywood. Do you know about Hollywood?
Yeah, he supposedly that's his stylist. And he be taking them everywhere.
Sir, he was dismissed back in
the NBA court.
Sir. He was dismissed back in February. You calling here talking about you told somebody something, with all due respect. The only thing a nigger could ever tell me. Hang on, sir. Hang on, I'll let you speak. The only thing a nigger could ever tell me is the time of day. Now, I got research here. Hollywood back in February dismissed. So you didn't say who the boy was. I got the name now. Come on, let's go, man.
Yeah, no, I seen the pictures and everything. It's crazy. Shannon Sharpe out there, man. It's sad, but I mean, all you got to do, he should have never had went on live, man. That's unfortunate, though.
Sir, tell us about Hollywood. Never mind what Shannon should or shouldn't have done. Was Hollywood getting his cheeks clapped? Sitting courtside in $3,500 Fendi boots and pearls, my nigga. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, that nigga was probably his cheeks clapped by Shannon Sharpe, man. Like I told you yesterday, he said was.
Let's get this nigga the fuck out. He keep talking about what you told me, nigga. I don't remember you. You ain't up to speed on who Hollywood is. Russell Hollywood Simpson. Guys, if you go to Shaheed Manning on YouTube, he did an interview 10 years ago with the nigga. Salute to this man, Shaheed, Shahid Manning, Manning. He's repping the LGBTQ plus community, and they're having a very giggly conversation. I'm not hating if the two of them are turd burglars, but you really get a chance to see Hollywood talk, and he's sitting there giggling. It's a goddamn zesty as fuck interview. Black T got your donation. Star, there is really no difference between private prisons and building a public sector industry. Okay. So do you want to call them? Thank you for the information off of inmates with pensions. Okay. Each state takes advantage of the 13th Amendment in its own way. Okay. Okay. You would know more than me, sir. I don't have it. Well, I've always had, associates and some family in the penitentiary, but I don't send niggas packages. I don't collect calls and shit like that. So I don't really have all the intel, but thank you for your donation. No, man, we taking no collect calls and sending niggas shit and all that type of nonsense. Bone don't work. Are you calling in, sir? Got your donation. He says Latinos for Trump. 202, good evening. Are you there? Friday night. We're talking about Hollywood being humiliated and disrespected. Are you up to speed? 202.
Yes, I am up to speed.
Good evening. Good evening.
And I do believe he has been disrespected. Okay. I saw the photos. With the photos, I saw him sitting courtside.
Yeah.
And I believe that Shannon Sharpe has disrespected what appeared to be a boy toy, as you've said on different occasions. And I do possibly believe that the what did he call it? Someone hacked him. I believe this was a ploy to possibly put those rumors to rest. But it was a sorry ploy at best.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So that's what I did have to say about yeah.
Well, stay with me because I have no knowledge, no proof here. I'm just speculating. It's Friday night. This young man appears to be a hardworking, good human being. I'm not trying to clown him. If he is a pole smoker, we don't care. But when I saw Shannon Sharpe, discrediting the man, saying he never bought nothing, that was all Shelly Davis. But meanwhile, he's sitting with Steve Harvey and other people bigging him up. This could be costly to this young man's again potential earnings and positioning within the world of stylist. That's where I'm going.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off that, and I will say yes. However, his background was from the other football player who he allegedly had a relationship with, and he was very vocal about that. And the fact that he's still in the
after he was disrespected, after that guy went on TMZ and denied the intimate bussy relationship, he was disrespected. He was hurt.
Well. He cannot deny the pictures that we saw. There was a picture of him coming down a slide in a small tube with him. Right. That's nothing. I'm going there with him. Respectfully, but I'm not doing that with him.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do believe that the dude has been disrespected. However, I believe he's an opportunist, and he's in his world in some way. That football world has emboldened him and empowered him and given him money. It is what it is. Respectfully, it's just, but that's where it is. So I don't believe Shannon. I believe that he's putting on. We've seen some suspect action, whether or not it's true or not. What we can say is everybody doesn't act like that. And, everybody doesn't have their stylist sitting next to them for, football games and what have you.
Yeah.
It's just out of the ordinary for someone of that stature to be seen with him for that amount. And it seemed like he was rather proud to be with him, if I could say.
I would agree.
Yeah. But that's all I had to say. So I just popped in. I just want to say, that's up about Shannon Sharpe. He's out there. I don't believe him at all.
Yeah.
And I know you haven't spoke about this, and I don't want to get off topic, but the people from Hot 97 there is a clip of him.
I'm not trying to help them. They're doing horrible.
Okay. Either way, that's all I had to say, sir. I appreciate your time.
I want to just say this. I had, I don't want to help them. They're drowning in the ratings. I get calls from New York about coming back there, doing some, they're not a factor like that. We would only be helping them, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you said you like to put your foot on people's back when they're down, and I saw something that
they're done, sir.
If he he talked like that about folks, and this how you
sir, they're done. There's nothing else to put the foot on. But thank you, they're done.
Respect.
Thank you,
Thank you, Star.
Yes, sir. Thank you. 561, sit tight. Troll babes, did anybody see Lil Wayne finally respond to the whole thing about he should be performing at the Super Bowl? Anybody see that video? I forgot to mention that earlier. Oh my goodness. And the comments, they were tearing Lil Wayne apart. I forgot that well, never mind what he said about Black Lives Matter. And we already discussed about him saying racism doesn't exist. And supposedly, based upon the comments, he was saying things, not so supportive of dark-skinned women. But does Lil Wayne still have, or does he still have multiple seizures? And if so, then, is he really bankable for that halftime performance? Because they've had Super Bowls in New Orleans before, right? Why is this one Jay-Z's fault? We already went through the whole process of how, acts or individual entertainers get that halftime show. The ultimate decision is the city. So why wasn't he invited to do the Super Bowl, years ago? I just had to say that. Area code 561. You might be my last caller. I think we've pretty much run our course with this topic. Are you there? 561?
Yeah. Can you hear me good, Star? What's happening? Can you
yes,
hear me
sir.
good?
How are you, sir? Cracking.
I'm doing all right. Hopefully everything is good. Yeah. I really want to talk about the Shannon Sharpe too much.
Okay.
But I was hearing about the Alabama thing where they got the prisoners working.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know how it goes down in Alabama, but in Florida, it's like they already put you to work. I was hearing the white boy talking about earlier that niggas are some pussy ass niggas. If you get up and work, that's some bullshit. Your Spanish ass, your black ass, your white ass, you gonna get your ass up and work. That's on everything. Ain't no sleeping around in the prison.
Well, sir, can I jump in? Can I jump in and say if you want to fire back at that white boy, feel free. His name is Rory. Go ahead and get at him.
I know who he is. I spoke to him before. You feel me?
Get at him.
He be all right. He just talking shit that he don't know nothing about. You gonna get your ass up and work. If not, they're gonna put you in that box, and you might think, oh, it's just a box. All right, a couple of days in there, you're gonna be wanting to work. But they have me in the kitchen, so I can just imagine how they did it. Because I don't even know how if I got paid or not. But I worked in the kitchen. Okay. They wake you up like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And you gotta make breakfast and lunch for the whole compound. Mm-hmm. So it's just a matter of time before they take it to the outside because they don't want to pay nobody anyways. Because you gotta pay somebody $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying, to work at McDonald's. So they're just gonna put an inmate in it. And like I said, with the 13th Amendment, once you got that felony charge, you're a criminal. You stay property, they can do whatever to you.
Now, I have no knowledge with regards to being inside the penitentiary and going through the things that you just mentioned. But I mean, listen, I let Rory talk, but in reality, he's talking something that, most prisons who do go by what Alabama is doing, they don't have a choice because if you don't go to work, there are certain things that they can do to make your stay there hell. Yes, solitary confinement. You can be denied medical attention. There's a lot of things that they can do that can really put you in a bad place. Yes, no?
Man, listen up. Solitary confinement is one. Them rednecks will beat your ass. They will beat your ass, and then they're gonna hide you. They're gonna ship you to another prison and beat your ass some more.
Right.
You at their mercy. You can scream, but what you gonna scream for? Ain't nobody can hear you screaming.
Right.
You locked up.
Yeah.
They're gonna hit you with that black Jesus, that bear spray that they keep on the side of the. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it's gonna go down, though.
Yeah.
But that's all I wanted to say, though. Stop.
I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. All right, let me make sure I'm not missing any donations that came through. Hold on a second. It's Friday night. Unless you guys want to continue the conversation. I mean, I can go for another half an hour. I mean, I just need you to turn up, you know? Pick up the pace, goddamn. It's Friday night. Who's texting me? What do you want, white boy? What do you want? Somebody black called to get at you now. What are you, in your feelings? What's up, white boy? What's up? What's up? Pick it up. Pick it up.
Yeah, I thought we was on the line with the dude from Florida. You know,
he had a right to get at you. You talk crazy. Turn that echo.
No, he had no right to get at me. I don't get at nobody, man.
Turn the echo
Come
down,
on, bro.
Fix the headset.
Yo, Star.
Fix the headset,
Star.
Rory.
I don't call
Fix the headset,
I don't
Rory.
call nobody
Fix
out.
the headset. We got the echo. Come on, man. Fix the headset.
I don't call nobody out on the show. I give my spill. We just hit the topics. You know, when it's bliggity black, I don't even call in. But we hit the topic sometimes if it's just like popular culture in America or if it's politics. That's not, you know, I think that's some sucker shit that a lot of these black people be getting in the comment section and be getting in and be like, why are they talking about black topics? What's the black topics? What's a black topic? We all live in this country together. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so corny. And I don't know. I called in just to talk to that dude from Florida, check his temperature.
He's off the line.
They another bunch of suckers, man. You heard what he said? He said, I get up off my cot and I'll work the chain gang just because some fat hillbillies told me to.
Weren't you locked up? Hang on a second.
What's that say? What's that say?
Weren't you locked up in Florida? I forget. You were locked up in Florida?
I get off my cot and work on a chain gang like a sucker.
Rory.
You sound like a sucker.
Rory.
I don't care how long you've been in prison.
Weren't you locked up in Florida? I forget. I thought you said you did some time down there.
I was in Florida. Yeah. I went to Pinellas County Jail, and I went to Orient Road, Jail in Tampa. And it wasn't nothing like Rikers. That was Disneyland, man. That down there is Disneyland. I only thing about it is it's hot as shit. But as far as the people that live in there, nah. If you're from New York, man, you slap the shit out of some of them country bros. Like it's nothing. You know, they're soft, man. You know,
white boy talking reckless. Come on.
They get up out of their bed and go work the chain gang. That's what they do. Get up out of their bed and go work the chain gang like a bunch of suckers. I ain't getting out of my cell. I ain't getting in my bed for no 10 cents an hour. No chain gang. Fuck out of here.
You want to talk to a couple more people, Roy? It's Friday night. Fuck that algorithm. What you want to do, white boy? What's popping? Oh, wait a minute. I think that's him.
I'm telling you, man.
Hang on. One at a time. Let him speak. He's calling back in. Sir, you're back on the line. There's that white boy talking reckless. Don't hold no punches with that white boy.
Put your teeth back in your mouth, Cracker.
Turn it down in the background, please. Turn the echo laptops down. You can get at that white boy. He's right there. Don't hold no punches.
Yeah, man, Cracker, when you talking over that shit, man, put your teeth back in your mouth, man. You just mumbling a bunch of shit.
I'm not a cracker. First off, I'm a white boy. I'm not a cracker.
You're orange cracker.
First off, I'm not a cracker. Crackers crumble, white boys rumble. I'll punch you all up in your black face. I'll punch you all up in your black lips. That's a whole fact. I'm not from Florida. Dude, I'm not from Florida. I'm a New Yorker. I come down there and run your city. Come down there and run your city.
You gonna run? Because listen, I stopped fighting in 84, baby. We don't fight no more, nigga. What you talking about? What you talking about?
Like you jump fences. That's the best you ever did in your whole life. You could jump a fence real fast after you snatch a purse. You country ass, punk ass. That's what you sound like. Right. You a purse snatching little country ass nigga. Fuck out of here, man. I will snatch you a purse. You a cracker, man. You would never nothing. You probably look like that. $1.50. I give you a $1.50. I give you a New York $1.50 in a minute. New York. I swear to God. I'll mush you all up in your grill.
Put your teeth in your mouth, man.
Ain't no talking shit. You the one came on the line talking shit.
Put your teeth in your mouth.
I don't know you. You the one came on the line talking my name. I don't know you.
Pussy, bro.
You a fan?
I watch this show and I hear. Go ahead. I let you talk because I ain't gonna talk over.
You a stylist from Florida? You a stylist? You want a Shannon Sharpe stylist from Florida? You listening to the show? You're like what I said. You want a Shannon Sharpe zesty ass black stylist? Is that what you are?
That's all you got. That's all you got. Because I know Irish crackers love that boy pussy, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
That's all you got. I know y'all.
Right. You walking around with FPJ under your arm? Is that what you're doing? You walking around with FPJ under your arm?
Y'all be eating that cow stomach and potatoes and shit. Ain't that what y'all be eating over there?
Do you dye FPJs with dreadlocks? That's what you did?
And go eat that
Are you the stylist?
Potatoes, man.
Are you the stylist from Florida that dyed FPJ dreadlocks blonde? That's you?
You can't even breathe. You all right?
How you got up out of your bed and let a white man put you on a chain gang? How you did that?
Bro,
how you did that? How you got up out of your cell? How you ever left a white, funky hillbilly with a beer belly open your cell and tell you it's time for free labor? And you went and did that down in Florida. How you did that? How you didn't just say, well, I'll die right now. We're not doing that. They put me in a hole. They put me in a hole. How you did you zesty ass boy? I know you a stylist for FPJ. Now I know you ain't no real nigga. Ain't nobody going work in the chain gang. You'll kill me. You killed me before I worked the chain gang.
Before you pass out.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
You feel me?
Get up out yourself, work the chain gang, boy. Yes, sir. Yes, master. I get up out my cell. I work the chain gang. Get the fuck out of here.
You gonna work.
Boy, sound soft. You lost, man. We come down there and run your whole city.
Folks, we going there tonight. Fuck that algorithm. Let's go.
New York don't run. Name the city New York don't run in Florida. Name the city.
Bro,
name the city.
You must be in the
Miami, New York run it. Tampa, New York run it. Orlando, New York run it. Come on, name the city. Name the city.
Name what city, nigga? We don't got no kings down here.
You just an armpit for New York. We come down there and get, we retire and take money.
My nigga. You eat potatoes and like cow stomach.
You're a sucker, man. You're a whole sucker. Talking about I woke up because I didn't want to go into the box. I didn't want to go into the box, so I worked for the white man for free on a train gang.
You can talk all that.
How your ancestors looking at you? How your ancestors even looking at you at 20?
Troll baby, do I shut it down or keep the show going? Troll baby, shut it down or keep the show going?
Looking at you. That's
your boyfriend in the background. Look at your boyfriend chilling.
Yeah, we threw our oppressors out 200 years ago. We threw our oppressors out 200 years ago. They tried that shit with us. They tried that shit with us. They kept dying.
You take your ass, put your teeth back in your mouth.
You out of your mind. You was a soft. You's a soft booty bandit, man.
Bro, you can't even walk in the sun,
you dudes be oiling each other up. You dudes be oiling each other up. Yeah, you saw. You Jake, what's that YouTuber, that white boy that's a blood down in Florida? Jake, whatever the fuck.
That's my nigga, 1090 Jake. That's my nigga.
That's a fat boy. He would have got the shit slapped out of him in my neighborhood. He would have never been a blood. He would have got, because he's from Florida, he could pretend he's a big blood. You got fake white boys, fake black dudes. Go ahead and work the plantation, man. Go ahead and work the plantation.
Are you even speaking English right now?
Go ahead. Go ahead and work the plantation, man.
You need your
The CEO
inhaler,
told you, get up, boy. Get up and work that land. That's what happened. You was picking oranges like a motherfucking Mexican.
You should get a gym membership.
You out of your mind, man. You compromise your manhood. You compromise.
Florida Boy J is on the line. Florida Boy J, you want some of this action? What's good? What's good?
And said you got up out of your cell rather than go to the hole to work the land, to get on the chain gang. You compromise your manhood. You compromise your whole manhood, bro. Work on a chain gang for some fat hillbilly for nothing. Because you didn't want to go to the hole. Because you were scared to go to, you wasn't scared to go to jail, right? You wasn't scared to be a real nigga, right? But you scared to go to the hole. Because a country ass hillbilly told you got to work the chain gang. You a sucker. That tells your whole personality right there. That's your whole character wrapped up in a nutshell. You's a sucker. You's a sucker. You's a whole sucker.
I ain't gonna rap with
you.
y'all.
You couldn't survive up here.
100 Acre Woods, I see you, my nigga. 100 Acre Woods. Okay, he's in live chat.
Survive up here. I would thrive down there. You slow country motherfucker.
Okay, guys, hang on a second. Let me see what Florida Boy J wants.
I'll rip them dookie Florida braids out your head.
But a dream.
Facts.
Hey, Martin Luther King had a dream too, my nigga.
Facts.
Hey, yo.
Hey, your hip hop sucks. Every hip hop, all the hip hop from Florida sucks. Your godfather, your godfather's a rat.
Okay, guys, hold on. Guys.
Your best rapper's a CEO.
Hold on.
Hey, yo, CEO, give my newspaper. Hey, yo, Rick Ross, give my newspaper.
Florida Boy J, you there?
Them white girls sucking hella dick.
Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Okay, sir, I need you.
Yeah, he ain't no Scarface.
Okay, guys, hold on 1 second.
Cubans come down there and take over the town.
Hold on a second.
Haitians come out there and take over the town.
Nigga.
Anybody go down there and take over the town. You hear?
Okay, Rory, hold on a second.
Hey, Potato Boy. Potato Boy.
Okay.
I don't know what these two soft ass niggas doing on the line, twisting each other's nipples under the covers. But real niggas came to the building. Potato eater. I don't know what the fuck you talking about while you on this line. Why don't you talk to them black niggas who beat your ass? You got that settlement check from. Why don't you talk to them black niggas who beat your ass and you got a settlement check for? Why don't you talk to them niggas? Why don't you talk to them niggas? Why don't you talk to them niggas who give you a tranny tune-up? Huh?
One at a time.
Why don't you talk to them niggas, huh? Why you going on the line with you Chuck? Niggas, ain't enough pot-belly white boys. You need a bunch of Florida niggas jump one
the
only hole you was popping was your butthole.
You need a bunch of Florida niggas jump one white boy
in the day room. Shut your gay ass up, nigga. You was wearing a wig.
Okay, guys, we're going to do one at a time. If we're going to do this, which is going way off the rails, we're going to do one at a time. One at a time, okay? Now, hang on a second. Sir, are you good? 561, you call Rory's name. He called in. Are you good?
Hey, man, the cracker
look, they all gay together.
I'm going to give that man the last word. FBJ, sit tight. Sir, you have the last word. I appreciate your support. Okay, you have 30 seconds. Go ahead.
All right, no problem. Before I leave, I say one thing. Cracker, put your teeth in. We can barely hear you. You know what I mean? I know you're sipping. Bitch, you a pussy ass nigga. Keep eating that cow stomach and the potatoes, nigga. I'm gone.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, hold on. I gave that man the last word. He spent some Skrilla with me. Okay, now, Florida Boy J.
I knew this was Lady Boy J's butt lover. I knew that. This is man. This is boyfriend.
Okay, is it time?
Look at him. Look how fast he jumped on the phone to defend his boyfriend.
I want to know why
Look how fast he jumped on the phone.
Get on the line. Why are you scary homo getting all upset every time I call in? Okay. What you scared for?
Florida Boy J, you have the floor first. Florida Boy J, you have the floor. Go ahead.
Finally, I get to cuss out this potato boy, this power bottom. I don't know why he's talking junk, because we all know he got his ass whooped and his skull cracked. That's why he talks slow with a slur. That's why he got his settlement check, because some niggas ran down on him and put hands and feet. That's not the time they beat up his boyfriend in the meatpacking district 2 summers ago. I'm not talking about when we sent the goons from Florida up there and packed him out in CVS. I'm talking about back in the day where Rory was a well-spoken white dude, went down the wrong alley, niggas beat him up, busted his jaw. That's why he talks so now. When he went to jail, we already know Rory's soft. He is a white boy who was selling ass in prison. We already know that. There's not enough white boys in prison for Rory to be talking this type of talk. He ain't got no Aryan tattoos, so the white boys didn't accept him over there with the supremacists. So he was relegated to selling pussy in black dorms, and we all know it. Okay. Rory ain't tough. Rory ain't certified. He's a homo and a tranny kisser.
Okay. We have to do one at a time, guys. If you just so that we're not getting a whole lot of confusion. Okay.
Oh hell no!
All right.
I know that.
Rory, you have the floor.
This, him and this other gay ass nigga from Florida on the line. They the Hollywood and Shannon Sharpe of Jacksonville, Florida. That's the two of them. You notice how fast Florida Lady Boy J jumped on the line when I started dissing her man. You know what I'm saying? You notice how fast she jumped on the line when I started dissing her man. She said, oh, hell no. Ain't nobody said nothing about him. If he don't know this dude from Florida, then he don't know him. But I'm telling you, that's his man. That's his that's his Hollywood. Okay. He's the Shannon Sharpe, and that's his.
Can you guys talk without yelling? Hey, hang on.
Florida style.
Rory, listen to me. Listen to me. Hey. Can you guys talk without yelling? Because I don't feel like pushing these buttons and then just all this stuff. Just one at a time. Can we do that? Can we do one at a time?
He's like gay as hell. He's coming in defending another nigga. You know?
Listen. You mentioned me. I don't know. You had my name in your mouth. Pussy boy had my name in his mouth.
Yo, kiss
I
my
called
wrist.
in. Now he's scared, getting defensive, running around. Why you so scared, white boy? Every time I call in, why you got your pants in the bunch? Every time I call in, expose you. You're just a victim. You're just a victim. Guess what? Rory, you are a victim of the hands of a black man. All you get is hands and feet put on you by black.
One at a time, or I'm going to shut it down. One at a time. I'm going to shut it down.
All you do,
guys, listen to me. This is the last time. One at a time, or I shut the call down. One at a time. Come on. Jesus.
I mean, can I continue my slander on this Irish prick?
1 minute. Let him talk for 1 minute, Rory, and then you go, please.
Yeah, no problem.
Once again, I call in anytime we get scared Negroes that can't call on the starport and put their foot on Rory's neck. That's when I got to tap in and let these hoe-ass niggas know, let this low-life, bottom-of-the-barrel, potato-eating, tranny boy lover getting packed out by niggas all through motherfucking New York, getting packed out in Florida. I don't want to hear nothing about where New York niggas run stuff. New York niggas are the tethers of America. You get ran out your own home cities and come to other places and get packed out. Y'all run nothing in the South. Y'all niggas is visitors. Why don't you go back up to New York and run that same tough talk? Don't come down to Atlanta. Don't come down to Texas. Don't come down to Florida talk y'all ran stuff. Because y'all, the only thing y'all ran is y'all got ran out of New York. Let's talk about that. And you are a pussy boy and you're white in prison. You ain't have no power as a white boy in prison, not even from the South. And we know that.
Okay. Rory, you have the floor. And then let's wrap this up, guys. I got to get back to the show. Rory.
Man, that's just some more. Yeah, you know, he got his hand on his hip and his finger waving in the air. And that's some more Lady Boy J, neck rolling and jive ass turkey. You know, that's what he's doing as usual. You know, growing up around a bunch of women and called in as fast as he could because I got on his boyfriend's fucking heels and let him know what time it is. Okay. You know, and I know nobody's stupid. It's the same thing as like Shannon Sharpe. They act like like somebody stupid. They act like this ain't FPJ's boyfriend or like his sleepover buddy. This is sleepover buddy.
Is this more pussy rambling? What are you saying?
That's why you called it so fast.
10 seconds.
That's why you punk ass called it so
10
fast.
seconds.
Wait, I swear to God,
you mentioned my name, Bussy boy.
And dyes your dress.
You mentioned
that's
my
why
name.
you called it. That's
you
why you so emotional. Why you called it so emotional? Ain't nobody said nothing about you, and all of a sudden you're like, oh hell no, you ain't talking about my man like that. You ain't gonna talk about my man like that. I know you ain't gonna talk about my man like that.
Now you going back to being big.
No, you soft, man. You gay.
Go back,
everybody know you gay. You doing the Shannon Sharpe thing. You doing the whole Shannon.
Truth Be Told podcast on YouTube. Glamour, where are you? Send me the new link to your new episode. Glamour, Truth Be Told podcast. All right, guys, I gotta go. All right, guys, I gotta go. Thank you so much, Rory. Have a good night. Floater Boy Jay, thank you for tapping back in. Have a good night.